Come on. Come on, YouTube. Come on. Right, Twitch is here. Is YouTube trying to join the party? Moment, any moment now. Come on, YouTube, you can do it. Alright, so we want to do. Alright, these are our tasks. No, not meetings. Alright, code hangout number 162. Welcome. Welcome. Dungeon of Dread. Who's your? Oh, muted. Alright, welcome to Code Hangout number 162. So, after 2 or 3 weeks of fiddling around, I'm finally ready, I think, I hope, to integrate the database, PuzzleDB, and the file-based PuzzleDB. So, I was messing around a bit, and things got away from me, and I had to undo things, and then too many changes, and then I didn't trust the server anymore. But now the version has been live on beta for 2 days, the version that's there right now, and I did a little refactor trying to move all the file-based PuzzleDB stuff out of here. Now what I would love to do is to have a singular API from the outside. Now obviously the server itself needs to do a little more than just write the puzzle data. It needs to authenticate and stuff like that. So that should be on the outside, right? So that it should take care of the API, key verification, all this stuff. And API start request, for example, just looks at the request data, you know, all the server-related stuff. So these guys are basically the wrappers. So this is sort of the API, the new API, and it's all in this file. So let us minify this a little bit. Yeah. So down here we have create new short ID, update short ID, right? But there's a bunch of other things, right? So for example, we have file info, which we're passing back and forth, which is sort of the whole listing. Now, ideally, we don't need to use this anymore. So I'm going to remove this wherever we're using it. So for example, API start request returns file info because it basically makes sure it's available. Because it used to be, you know, it used to get loaded from the file. In fact, you know, right now, this 120 seconds, holy shit. This 120 seconds time is basically generating this in memory cache. But of course, we want to abstract that away, right? That memory cache shouldn't exist anymore because, you know, it should just access the database and any caching should happen on the other end, right? So I'm gonna see if I can get rid of file info. Like, we're not using it here. We're not using it here. So all we have is the puzzle, the key. And in fact, we're not even using the key here. The key has already been validated here, I think. If auth true, no, yeah. So for example, here, we don't actually want to do anything with the key afterwards, right? So we don't actually want to send that back. Now, is this used anywhere else? No. So we don't need to send that back, and we don't need to send file info back, and in fact, we don't even need to do that here. So that's the one step, right? That's the write side of things. The read side of things is handle API puzzle. Now, there's a little bit of extra biddies here because we want to write to the system if it's a what's the circumstance here? Add to API puzzle, fetch legacy puzzle. So if it's a legacy one, handle API puzzle. Yeah, so for example, you see, we don't actually, yeah, so this is because this is a static serve here. Where does this serve from the cache? Try. Here's origin host. Handle API puzzle. I have a feeling something went wrong here. Handle API puzzle. So this always seems to serve statically from the file. Like if I do this, right? And let's see, we'll use this as a test puzzle. And we're just gonna open this in a new tab. Right, and if I say this, we're hitting here. Okay, so, So I think I don't want to do the file serve here. I want to just get the puzzle data. It feels like I've screwed this up. I mean, it's functional like this, but it's not using the cache at all. So I'm wondering if I actually screwed that up pretty bad here. Let's look. So this is under handle API puzzle. Around line, the line numbers aren't going to be very useful because we've changed so much. Like we've removed all of this stuff. Admin update, that's all above this. Admin update link, yeah. Did I do something earlier here? So we removed this. So I'm guessing this is always run like this, which is a bit odd. Huh. Because what I would like to do is the sort of reference to the legacy stuff to keep it out here. But to do that, we basically need at least two functions. We need to be able to check if a puzzle exists, or at least we need to be able to handle the puzzle not existing when we're trying to retrieve it, right? So let's see, what does get API file path do here? I think this one is doing a bit of extra heavy lifting here. So because this is, okay, because there's the other thing here, where it looks through a bunch of different potential paths. And that really needs to be on the file side. We need to pull that out of here, and it should go into this part here. So we basically need to get by short ID. Or just get short ID. No, get by short ID. That just gets us a short ID. Right? And that's basically our get part of the API. And then eventually, actually, this needs to move in here. And then we'll just have to be a bit clever about some certain things. So here, instead of all of this, we'll just say let puzzle equals get by short ID. Like that. That goes here. And ideally, I'll refactor all the cached stuff and puzzle info and all of that stuff out of here. Handle API puzzle ID. Ugh, I don't even know what this is for. All right, so we'll do this. We'll do something like that, right? And then we'll basically need to do this part in here. But we actually want to use the puzzle info first. Okay, I think the point here was that we wanted to potentially wait for puzzle info, but also we want to proceed if puzzle info is Puzzle exists. Puzzle info. Handle find by hash. Short ID exists. Short ID exists. File info cache. So ideally here we check if we are already cached, and if not, we'll do the other thing. And I feel like I've had a way of figuring that out here somewhere, but it might have been somewhere else. Oh my god, I feel like I've just done this like last week. How to detect if something has already been resolved. I guess what we can do is a promise all. So we can do like let res equals promise.all. And then we'll do a sleep 0 as our first. And then we'll do that. And then the second part is create PuzzInfo. I mean, I could also just like set a flag when the data has been cached. I feel silly for doing this because the moment this stuff works, the old system would get phased out anyway. So this only needs to work for like a week or so maybe. But I prefer to have it working properly and have it as a fallback. Load PuzzInfo, get PuzzInfo. Button for cache, push, load PuzzInfo. Read file. PuzzInfo function, get PuzzInfo. Get PuzzInfo. This file info cache. So this actually will load just the one puzzle. So wait a second. It'll first check the cache. And if the cache isn't there, it'll load it into the cache. But will that do the right thing if the item needs to get loaded from a different area? Probably not. Well, I mean, we basically have a couple of different cases. It's already in the cache, i.e., and later on it gets returned from the database. So okay, let's write these down. So we have cases. Right. The cases are 1. It's in DB. 2. It's in the cache. In the file cache. 3. It's in the folder. 4. It's in any of the alternate paths. In the path, it's any of the alternate paths. 5, it's in the legacy server. And I think the final then is the fall through fail, right? And push 6 fail. Right. And we're skipping DB. Skip for now. Now I think puzzle exists isn't relevant here. Get PuzzInfo is. So if I do let PuzzInfo equals get PuzzInfo, short ID, if I do console.time like that. Then we output that. Right. So, if I run this now, I think I want to run it with this open so I can enable the cache. Run this. Handle API puzzle. Handle API puzzle. Get short ID is not defined. Huh? Wait, what? Handle API puzzle gets us to here. Wait a second, what's going on here? Short ID is not defined. Handle API puzzle. Handle API puzzle. So we're hitting this, but we don't hit this part. Short ID doesn't exist. It's puzzle ID still. I haven't done the rename yet. Okay. Let's just do this for now. I was meant to do that first. Here we go. Okay. Alright, so what's happening here? So we get short ID, puz info. Puzzle is undefined. So get short ID. So get short ID takes 3.8 milliseconds. Okay, so get short ID does something. Now if I do this and refresh, 3.3 milliseconds. Now we're here, 0.48 milliseconds. Okay, because this loads the puzzle info from the drive. All right. Now if we're doing it for something that doesn't exist, like that, we're getting to here undefined, and it comes back, and then puzzle comes back undefined. All right. So, if puz_info is not equal undefined, then I mean, we're kind of rewrapping this. Get puz_info, is that used anywhere else? Puz_info. Okay, now one of the things is here we don't actually have additional information. No, that's fine. That's fine. It's just like our API high-level access function, whatever you want to call that. I think that's fine. Let me just double check the chat. All right. So. So if it's undefined, if it's not equal to undefined, not equal to undefined, we'll just return. Do we want to return all of puz_info? I think so, right? Because I think these all return puz_info too. Yeah. Then we'll do just return puz_info. If I do this, puzzle is our puz_info, and then here, instead of surf static, we'll do something similar-ish. Just find that function over here. So this, I think, was the version that we had before. Surf puzzle. So we'll just do a surf page here. Let's keep it simple. So we'll just do a surf page where body is puzzle dot puzzle. We'll just call this puzz info. Puzz info dot puzzle. Headers are up there. All right. If puzz info equals undefined, throw new error puzzle short ID not found. Like that. If I do this, we'll get the puzzle. If we do something like this, we get an error 404 because we're hitting this down here. Puzzle blah 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 not found. Okay. Now that gets us to here. Now we can skip this part and we can do something like this. Undefined. We'll just pretend it's not in the cache yet. We're just building the cache. We're in the middle of building the cache, let's say. In fact, we can just simulate that, right? So we can just say create puzzle, create puzzle, plus info. Create puzzle info. Create puzzle hash. Where is it? Info, load file info cache. I just say await sleep 10 seconds, right? Then we don't have to fake this down here. We don't have to fake this here. And if I change that here, like that, then I do refresh. Load file and cache start. Okay, so wait a second. What's going on here? So we have the puzz info here. Because we're already circumventing waiting. That's a mouthful. Because this already does that. Okay. All right. Well, okay. Now we have to deal with when this doesn't exist. So when this doesn't exist, so if this doesn't exist here, we need to do what we used to do earlier, which was get file API path. Is this used anywhere else? Short ID exists. Well, we're doing this. I guess we'll just run it and see what happens. Now the problem is this relies on AppDeer. Is there an easier way of figuring that out? I think I'm passing this in early here. Args.deer. Args.deer. I'm actually passing that in. So we'll probably need to have a function here early on. Yada yada. Set app deer. Okay. Oh, wait. We already have that. We sort of already have that. Math API puzzle. Alright, so never mind that. Let's not double up here. Where's our problem? Okay, so we need to get rid of the API/puzzle. Okay. So we can do this const appdeer equals path.join, and it'll be, is it still on the clipboard? Nope. It'll be the one we just saw. Set path, this one, with a // slash, probably. And that should get us this folder. Then, and the path name here should be short ID, really. Let's just do that. Or file path. So if we do this, it'll get us all of these. So we'll go public, staging, production, beta, offer up, and online it'll get us into the right places. And locally this should also work. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, so, not quite. path name. Because here path name has this in there. Alright. We'll have to bring the API slash whatever back in. I think we can do that just here. So we'll do this, then alt path, then API slash puzzle, and then short ID. Instead of app here, we just do this, and then we don't need that. I don't think that's expensive. And that'll get staging slash API puzzle, yada yada. Okay. And then it'll get us the alternate path. And really, if we get it from an alternate path, do we just return it, or do we want to put it in the cache? This was basically for cross-compatibility for puzzles loaded into beta or production, so they would work on the other side. I mean, kind of that should be done during loading. What did we do before? We wrote it. Fetch file path. No, we just served it. We didn't do any writing at this point. So we can basically do this, right? It'll get us undefined, but if we finagle that in there, if I go API puzzle test, and we'll go new 07, and we go back to production, and we go API puzzle test, right? And then what we could do is, if we say we copy new 07, we copy new 07 here, and then call it new 07 underscore x, right? And we'll say test slash new 07 underscore x. And now we should get a return on a particular one, which is production. Right, and if I say XX, we're only getting to here. That's weird. Where does it exit? There's no exit before we should get to here. Oh, goddamn scrolling. Yeah, so we get to undefined, right? So that's if get file API path comes back as undefined, and if it does X, it comes back as that. All right, so we can skip this now. We can just say, hey, if it exists, do that, right? And then at this point, we'll basically do something similar to what we're doing in here. Load plus info. How many places is this being used? Load past info. So I'm tempted to just pass the path in here. So if I change this to just do a path.join here. Right. And then we'll just say puz path. Like that. Or do we? No, I'm an idiot. We need the short ID in here. Because the problem is this file path now includes the short ID. But because here we just served it then. We didn't actually bother trying to create puzzle info out of it. Ah, man, that really makes me want to just integrate it with this. So what if, instead of doing this, we actually just push it into here? The only issue is if getPuzzInfo gets called a lot somewhere where we don't want it to read a bunch of places, right? GetPuzzInfo. Puzzle right. No, you know what? It's too risky because I don't know where else it's being used. We'll do that. So we'll just do a let PuzzPath equals that. We'll do that. Boom, boom. PuzzPath. And we know what short ID here is. Right. This is all fine now. And then we'll do this. Let PuzzInfo equals await passpath path dot join passpath. Oh, but the problem is right. What if we do this? PuzzPath path. We don't add short ID here, and then we're just adding it here. Right? Like if we do that, don't do that. We'll just do this, and it'll get us the path without the path without the short ID, and it doesn't matter how long the short ID is or whatever. And then we can just do load PuzzInfo like that. And then here, we'll just do this actually. Boom. And that'll actually return it, but we could then also put it into the file info cache. Now file info cache is always initialized, right? So we could put it into this, but we don't need to. So that now loads it from the parallel stuff. Now, if it doesn't exist here, the final step is to load it from the legacy server. Which is this final step here. I think we can move these over. Do we need allowed origins here? Yeah. Ah, but not for this. Okay. So if we move these over here, we'll make a section legacy. Okay, it's not used anywhere else. And this, I don't think is used anywhere else either. We can just remove it from here. We don't even need to expose it. Right, and then we're basically here. We'll just do again if PuzzInfo is still undefined. So that should still be short ID here. And you know what? For now, we're not even gonna write these. We can just pull them remotely. And for this to work reliably, I actually need to kind of look at for one of the old ones. The old ones. Like this one, for example, right? Just place that here. So in theory, if I do this, and I'll say API slash this, puzzle API slash puzzle API slash puzzle slash this. So what exactly happens here? Oh, okay, now it'll come out of the cache, I imagine. Path API puzzle. Well, no, because I have local versions, so this stuff works out, but we can just skip that for now. Puzz path is actually like this, so we actually don't need that. And just do that. Nice and short and elegant. Now, don't care about that. Don't care about that. Don't care about the timing of that. Don't care about that, and that's just broken. Get by short ID, get by short ID. If I do this, will that tell me more? If I do this, Puzz info A. We'll just exit at each point. So what happens here? Puzz info A. Because it's coming out of this. Okay. So we'll start it out with undefined. And we'll just say let Puzz info here. We can get rid of this. Boom. Right. So what happens now? We have Puzz info A is undefined. Puzz info B gets it from the files. Okay. Can do this. Now we'll do that instead. Boom. Now we get a 404. A and B is undefined. If Puzz info B is undefined. Alright. Why don't we hit this? If Puzz info is not equals to undefined. HTTPS fetch is not defined. Okay. We're missing one of the helpers. Fair enough. Guess we'll just clone that over. I think that's all we need for that. It's a bit silly that I have that function here, but here we are. HTTPS is not defined. All right. Okay, so that does the fetch. Now we have puzzle data here, but we don't have puzzle info. How do we turn puzzle data into puzzle info? Puzzle. Load info. So it just says create puzzle info call. Okay. So puzzinfo equals create puzzinfo short ID puzzle await fetch legacy. Now, if this doesn't work out, I don't know what happens. Boom. So we get puzzinfo here on number 3, and that works. But if we do this, we get a 404. Why? Where does it error and how? I mean, it obviously doesn't get to puzzinfo C. What's the error? Not found. Error response 404 not found. So we're just gonna error out at this point, which I guess is fine. So we can just do this, and we exit out at this point. Now later on, if we want, we can deal with handling it. So what I could consider now is pushing the return to the end. So I guess I could just prefix if puzzinfo is undefined. Do that in front of each of these. Boom, boom, and then we can get rid of these and this one, and then we just have this one at the end. Right. I think create puzzinfo doesn't need an await. Okay. And then here, if it's undefined, we'll throw. And that'll give us the equivalent, except we're not doing any writing here. So to do write to file /cache/db if necessary. I think that's fine. So we can now get rid of that. If I now do this, and I get rid of this, get by short ID, this one, boom, boom. I do, ooh, wait, handle API puzzle. Wait, what? The path argument must be of type string, received undefined. 129? No. 205? Received undefined. Wait, what? If I do this. We have that. And what's puzzpath? Puzzpath? What's that? Puzzpath. Excuse me. And if I check the whole thing, the path argument must be of type string, received undefined. What exact line is actually causing this error? 207, right? Get file path, load pass, get file path, short ID. So we have 207, 129, load pass info, 129. Oh, wait, what? Load puzz info. Get puzz file path. No, that looks fine. Let's make a copy of this. call this 1. We're just gonna turn, right? Then we'll just do this. And output these two. Ooh. Get API file path. Oh. Oh, because 10 seconds have passed. All right. This should return PuzzlePad. Except when it doesn't exist. Oh, when it doesn't exist, it doesn't return PuzzlePad. Yeah, I think, man, can I keep this as a one-liner? I don't think so. Doesn't make sense. So in this case, unless we check for undefined up here. But we should never get undefined here. Where else are we using load plus info? All places, huh? There. Yeah, no, we'll just do it. We'll just do it the slow way. Let puzz path boom. If puzz path is not equal undefined, we'll do that. And then we'll do that. That should fix it. Again, all of this is gonna disappear because it's gonna get replaced by the database, by the MongoDB-based system. Okay, so it's before found. Okay. And this comes like that, and this is like that, and this one. Oh, load puzz info not defined. Okay. 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 Okay, so that should replace this code. And it should also hopefully get rid of the need for any of these up here, except for one other place. Short ID exists. Handle serve puzzle. Handle serve puzzle comes from match root handler. Handle serve puzzle. Match route RE URL. Oh, RE route puzzle ID. Does that handle serve puzzle? Good question. Handle serve puzzle. If I do this, and then I'll say something like puzzle ID equals like that, what happens? Handle serve puzzle does a redirect now, doesn't it? RE auto short. Wait, so if short ID exists, should we just do a redirect and not do any of this stuff? Is there any reason? Nice one. if not short ID exists, we're checking two kinds of short IDs here. Console.log short ID A, which is this, and then short ID B, which is this bit here. Don't know how many of those braces I'll need. No, just that one. If I do this, oh, if I say and dot q and dot location dot href equals puzzle equals slash question mark puzzle ID equals do this properly. Encode URI component. Right? It should work like that. Ooh. Me no likey. Me no likey. Should this be decoded at this point? Slashes in a URL. Should handle it correctly, shouldn't it? A, B. He's undefined here. RE short ID, no space. What is that for? RE short ID, no space. Okay, I'm trying to reverse engineering something without understanding what it's supposed to do. Here's the auto short ID. This is supposed to be redirecting in case of what? If this doesn't exist and this does exist, then path name match URL short ID no space. Redirect from invalid URL to. This is supposed to detect a category of invalid URLs where short ID no space slash lazy match percentage 2 digits short ID no space. It's finding something with with a basically a URI encoded thing. Wait a second. Wouldn't that hit it? Ah, wait, I'm not matching against. Wait, short ID A. Path name. URL. I do toString here. What is that gonna do for me? Oops. So that's. Wait. What? Wait a second. What? Location.href. At this point. Wait a second. What's going on here? If I say preserve log here, clear this. So I'm first hitting this. This gets the 301 redirect. Which means it never hits this, actually. It hits something else. So it only gets here after it's already done that. So that's actually not relevant at all. Okay, never mind. It has nothing to do with that then. If short ID exists, if not short ID exists, await short ID exists, RE short no space. Match RE short ID no space. Monitor. Okay. Let's do it this way then. Let's just go straight to the URL I want to test. %20, let's say. So what happens here? Short ID A is this, short ID B doesn't match. URL path name match. Okay, we have a slash at the beginning. Followed by percentage symbol. Huh? Shouldn't that match? If I have a slash ABC %20 dot match this our reg expression. Okay. So what is URL.path name exactly? Here. URL.path name slash test %20 new. Okay. At this point, everything before the first percentage double digit encoded element. Why would I care about that? What the hell is this for? I feel like this is broken and I can remove it. And it looks like I've done this to fix some sort of URL issues. So I'm checking if that exists. Okay. Short ID exists feels like it would be a useful API call. So we might as well add it. Now, does that affect our get by short ID here? The problem with this, obviously, is this makes requests to the remote servers. So we probably don't want to use that. I'm also tempted to just remove this altogether, but I feel like it's used to fix something. Ah, if I only remembered what it was fixing. I mean, in this case, you see it redirects to everything before that encoded part, which doesn't sound particularly correct either. So I feel like maybe we don't need that. Is there any other places where short ID exists is used? It doesn't appear to be. So if I get rid of that, and then just cut all of this out, this whole section, and I go straight to the auto, short ID, if I go to whatever test slash this, that loads now. None of that stuff is being used here. Okay. Anything else here that I can get rid of? And that's where it starts to get a little dicey. I almost want to get rid of these two. I think I only have them in there because one of them gets used in two places. Admin update link. Admin update link. Yeah, so this only gets used here. I think I want to get rid of that. So we have API start request. Path pulse info is that. If it's false, we'll do this. Else we do that. So this will throw and get us down here. So if it doesn't throw, we'll have let res equals result success short ID. And if pulse_info equals false, you can say res.message equals res.message equals no change to puzzle. And then we can get rid of that. And now admin create link should only happen in 2 places. Yeah, that's why I had that wrapped, because it's we're doing that for the auto short ID. All right, I think that's okay. Maybe then the other one, we shouldn't remove it. Simple as that. Keep the API similar and simple. Right. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Handle API puzzle ID. Handle API puzzle. Handle API puzzle. I don't think this is actually used. Handle API puzzle. Find puzzle. Yeah, so this was... Yeah, we can get rid of that. Okay. Alright. We're slowly getting there. We have admin init, admin create link, admin update link. We have API start request, API verify key, API get key, API create key, and API validate puzzle. Just validate puzzle, dude. Okay, fine. Alright, yeah, that's fine. That's on the incoming side. Then we have the admin external calls. Now clear cache is a little bit of an issue. So we'll just have to go to kind of have a call here. Clear puzzle cache. So we'll have a clear. I think set a app tier is no longer relevant, right? Yeah. And the clear API cache here. We'll just do await clear puzzle cache. And then here. That's an async call now. So this gets reset. And then we'll do that. Do we though? No, we don't actually want to wait here. We can do this and then return this. Let me think. Get file info cache. E-file info cache. I don't think p-file info cache is ever accessed directly, except when we're clearing it. And file info cache. Do we want to set the length to 0 here? Set length equals 0. Well, I think get file info does that, right? Get file info does this, and then this does this. It currently does the sleepy sleep, which I want to get rid of. And it should set it file info cache.length. File info cache.length was 0. Here, puzzle cache. Wait. Clear puzzle cache, French cache. Row, and here. So we weren't doing that before? Oh, here we go. That's the thing that we were looking for. Yeah. Alright, we'll just do that here. We'll actually do that before we're waiting for the path files. Okay, we can get rid of that now. And then when we're calling load file info cache, it immediately does that. Which also gets called from here. So we don't need to do that here. And the part, this being reset is for that. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So the whole accessing p file info cache from outside should no longer be the case. Yes. And file info cache should also not be referenced here at all. Good. Okay. Now the clear shouldn't really apply to... We don't need to wait for that anymore. In fact, we're disable that because we now have, you know, return immediately. We don't have to wait for it. It just clears it and then it gets refilled as needed. Problem is this needs a little bit of testing because I don't know. There's a lot of different ways this was being used in the past. Okay. So there's the main missing thing now is that certain write on read sort of stuff isn't happening. So before, if we got data from elsewhere, we would also write it to the local file. And then obviously we need to replicate that into into the database stuff. Okay, so this create randomly create hash, pulling those out, format prefixes. Don't need that anymore. That anymore. Oop, normalized puzzle we're still using. Okay, and we can get rid of that. That we're definitely using. That maybe not anymore. Oop, pushing the wrong thing. Sure, that's fine. Get file info. Now that's the one we want to get rid of. Admin init. So this isn't used here. So we really need an API now to sort of init clear puzzle cache, init puzzle cache. We want to do that. We want to have that up here. And we want to have that here. And that's basically the get file blah 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 blah, right? What was it? Get file info. Get file info. We're basically just calling clear puzzle cache here. Yeah, in fact, we don't need an init puzzle cache. We can just call clear. So we'll just do that here. Now that's not used anymore. Puzzle validate may be used for some. This no longer. Good. Puzzle exists no longer. Good. Puzzle write no longer. Good. Now puzzle validate. I wonder if that's actually something we want to do outside. Like maybe we don't even need that in here. Like puzzle validate is, we don't use it here, so it shouldn't be in here. So if I put that out here, like that. Now get puzzle format, is that not something we can pull in from puzzle loader? Puzzle loader. So that should have a puzzle, get puzzle format. Get puzzle format. Yeah, that's much more comprehensive than whatever the hell I'm doing over here. Get puzzle format. So we probably don't want to do that. Do we want to switch to these, or is there a problem with that? We don't want to do that either. Normalize puzzle. That's fine. These aren't coming from here. Don't need those either. Puzzle validate has already been cleared. Yeah, we start exporting them from here. Normalized puzzle, I don't know. I almost want to get rid of it because it's such a, like, I don't want to have a dependency on this very simple thing. I think we can just put that under helpers or whatever. I don't think there's a normalized puzzle here. Is there a normalized? Find norma. Find get puzzle format. Get puzzle format. Format. Get puzzle format. Split format. I mean, we kind of want to do a split and join, right? If we go to puzzle loader, this should really be capital P, capital L. Then we can do const yada yada puzzle loader. We can do split puzzle format, right? And then instead of normalized puzzle, what prefixes? What prefixes? Normalized puzzle. Puzzle loader. Where do you want it? E1. Short ID validate. Okay, so can we pull format prefixes out of here? No. Get puzzle format. Is get puzzle blah 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 blah. Format array get puzzle formats. I don't think puzzle formats are exposed here. Alright, if I do this, puzzle validate is not defined. Yeah, so we should be able to do without that. 226. In fact, I don't want to export these anymore. Okay. 107. So we want to use split puzzle format.join. Okay. 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 Should be fine, right? Puzzle validate is now local here. I don't think it even exists here. Yep. So, we have some test code here for doing things like updates and whatnot. We need to test some of those. So update this, for example. Short ID validate is not defined. Okay. 135. Short ID validate. Well, what's that supposed to do? Not create short ID. So short ID is validated in here. I guess we might as well. That's the sort of thing we might. Oh, get file info. I don't think we need that anymore. Yeah. But something like short ID validate can still export. They're just like little helper functions and so on and so forth. This one doesn't exist. 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Clear puzzle cache. Okay. What does this give us now? Invalid puzzle. Interesting. Fails validation now. 108. 108. Puzzle validate comes back false. Okay. Wait, what? Get puzzle format is not defined. Okay. I think one of the problems was that it doesn't execute the initialization code to set up packs and so on. So I might still want to have these here. Don't know if any of these are actually used here. Nope. Parse puzzle data, that's used. Split puzzle format. So we could just do const split puzzle format equals puzzle e just call it puzzle here. Very similar to this actually. Split puzzle format. This, but we're actually going to turn that into an array. Yeah, and then I actually have to pull these out of there instead of here. These two. So we can do that. Yeah, that's not what I wanted, but I think it's what I have to do, because Puzzle Loader in this environment is not reliable when it comes to the formats. RE format has already been declared. Blech. Oh, where did this come from? RE format prefix. Oh no. No. One of these was supposed to be commented out. Maybe I can find them here. No. One second, there's a folder somewhere on my desktop with a prior backup of this. Yeah, but not... maybe? Yeah, okay, I think that's what I need. Wait, what? I need the first one. Not this one. Alright. Now let me bring my stuff back. Okay, split puzzle formats already, blah blah blah. Yep. Okay. Right. Maybe I don't need that. Yeah, I probably don't need that either. Don't need those either. So, if I do this now, success, no change to puzzle. Okay, so now we had some other test cases here. Update that, or update this. I think that just changes it to something else. Okay. And create link, new 8. Okay. Success. Ready collision. Okay. Get puzzle format. Find format. Puzzle format. Puzzle validate. Should be fine now. I think so. I think that's all of it. Okay. Woo. How much do I trust this? Not enough to put it on production. Enough to put it on beta, though. Promise this doesn't actually connect to the database yet, but maybe we'll run this overnight at least. I mean, the problem is it only really gets tested in very rare circumstances when very few people who have API keys do updates. I'm so tempted to actually run my own test suite. All right, let's have a look at the diff for now. And then basically what I'd have to do tomorrow is I have to basically look at these very closely. And this, get API path alternate. I feel like I almost want to integrate it in here. So I basically create two versions: the file version and the database version. The file version at this stage is almost like a wrapper. But yeah, so basically the way I'm using the cache, I'm going to use the database before the cache. So the database is like a cache for everything, right? And then over time, it should never drop back to the file stuff anymore. Because right now, there's like a couple of thousand puzzles that are only available on files, not in the database, because the database hasn't been updated, right? Now, I have a file that I've been working on with the database stuff with a relatively clean API, and I think that's already working. I'll just need to find that. One moment. Hey Olima, how you doing? I'm gonna wind down soon because I feel like I'm better off stopping with a clean code base that I can start from again tomorrow morning than halfway through something and then, because I did that last week and then I spent all week trying to figure things out and in the end I just reverted it all. So, today's objective is to clean up the API, remove as much as possible, all the reference to the file-based puzzle storage from the actual server, pull it all out into a clean, into a couple of function calls, which are here. Clear puzzle cache, get by short ID, create new short ID, update short ID, right? I got rid of some unused code, hopefully unused code, like this, you know, that's definitely unused. This I could make heads of tail of. It probably was like something that dealt with a couple of hits that I was seeing in the logs and then just threw it in there. But I can't figure out what exactly it's supposed to do. It's not clear. And then these were just sort of cleanups, and I got rid of more dependencies. So what's left now? We have the root handlers, obviously. Handle Sudoku redirect. I don't know if that's a major root. It does exist, but I think this just yeah. So we'll just have something like generic handlers, and we'll just indent them once and then move them down here. And this is just some stuff that I was experimenting with. I probably should rip it out. And this just handles some redirects. We don't have to think about that too much. Here we have some API function. Now we still need to handle validating the API keys and stuff like that, and pulling information out of the request over here. These are just some wrappers to make error handling a little bit easier, but I might want to clean that up as well. Like this, for example. What's going on here? I think we can just do that here. That body is a bit misleading because it makes me think of this here. So we'll have the create link and then the update link. The update link is surprisingly easier than the create link, which is kind of hilarious. Wonder why. Also, wait a second. Why am I doing this here instead of here? Maybe because I need to customize the header. So serve JSON, I'm guessing I can't pass in custom headers. Serve JSON. Serve JSON. Okay, I could let it pass in custom headers. It doesn't matter. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I know that people have done arbitrary line art. So you can do arbitrary polygons. So you could do triangles, and then kind of align them so they are like that on the square. But it's obviously not a simple colored background, colors ABC, you know. It's not like a high-level component. You'll literally have to draw the shapes. Alright, I think at this point, all I need to make sure is that I don't have stray S's in places, I guess. Oh, alright. Puzzle server, do I need that? Oh yeah. The puzzle server is something entirely different. Alright, let's do some testing. Demo killers. Yo guys, Toby's on his way to his walks. Alright, we'll go somewhere where the puzzles don't exist yet and see what API calls happen. Okay, if I now go to staging API puzzle and I sort it by reverse date, and these should be generic IDs, right? So they should be just... Basically, it's this one, right? Yeah. So it's just been created, and that seems to work fine. I'm just gonna play a couple of puzzles just to make sure it works that way. And to wind down my brain a little bit. So I rejoin the world of normal people. 2, 7, 15, 25, 20. Oh yeah, obviously. And that all adds up. That adds up. Deedly do. 7, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No 4, no 6, right? 3, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. This would be 1, 3, 5. And this would be if it's 6 and if it's 4, 6, it's a 9. If it's 4, 8, it's a 7. If it's 6, 8, it's a 5. Can't be a 7. 7 was the middle one, right? So it was 4, 8. So this has to have a 6 here. That can't be a 6, and that can't be a 3. And what else? What else? What else? No 7s here. This could still have no 8 here. 7, 9, 7, 9. So that can't have a 7 or 9. So no 2, 9, 3, 8, or 5, 6. 3, 8, or 5, 6. That's 5, 6, 6 or 8, 6 or 8. So no 7, no 1, 2. So 3, 4, 5. No 6. No 7, no 9, no 8. Okay, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So that's 3, 6, or 4, 5. Can't be 5, so that can't be 4. And that can't be 3. So that's 9 or 8. Okay. 5. This can't be 5, 8. Because then this would be not be possible. So that's gotta be a 4. Normally I would check now. I don't like missing an error, an early error. And that I prefer to play sloppy and be relaxed. But I feel like I'm gonna challenge myself in a small way. 10, 9, alright. So 7, 8, so 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, right. Can't be a 4, right? If that's a 4, that'd be a 1. No, could be a 4. Could be a 4, 3, 4. No, wait. That's a 4. This would be 2, 3, and that could not have a 3 or... Okay, so that's gotta be a 1. 5. 1, 4. That takes a 3 out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that puts a 6 down here and a 3 here. So 1, 3, 4. 8 left. And this has got to be 6, 7. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 8, 9. Right. Can't be a 4, 5. Can't be a 3, 6. It can't be a 1, 8. It's a 2, 7. And what's left? 3 and 8 makes 11, so that's a 2. That's a 1 and 9. That leaves us with 3, 4, and 8, which 4 and 8 are here, and the 3 goes there. Got a 4 down here, but it can't be in the 8. Way here, and here. And we're left with 1, 3, and 8. 3, 7, that can't be a 3. So that's 1, 9, or 8, 2. It can't be a 1, so that's just a 3, 8. Means that's gotta be a 1, 9. 3, 8, 3, 6, and 2. 6, 5, 3, 1, 2, 7, 8. 7, 8. 4, 5, 6. 3, 6, 4, 5. And 1, 9. Right, down here we're left with 7, 8. And over here it's a 2, 6. Right, 7, 8, so that's 1 or 2. Can't be a 1. And that's 2, 7, that's 9. Makes it, add in a 4. Here we got 7, 9. And here we got 5, 8. Alright. And here we have 1s, 8, 9. 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 8, 2, and 5, 6, 7. 3, 7 is 10. Means we need a 5. 6 here, 6, 5 here. Just simple eliminations from here on out. No math required. I'm just filling in whatever the numbers need to be. That's Sudoku in a nutshell, isn't it? Put the numbers where they need to be. We need a 5 over here, and the remaining digit is a 2. Oh, nope, and a 4. Alright, let's do another one. And I think then I'll call it a day. Oh, wait, no. No, you know what? We're gonna do a deploy to beta. We'll actually do a version bump too. No, wait a second. We didn't touch the engine. So, we only need to deploy the server. So, refactor file API file PuzzleDB API. Alright. So we don't actually have a clean versioning on the server software. It doesn't change that often. npm run deploy server, I believe. And then we'll just need to restart it. So pm2 list, pm2 log 6 is beta. Alright. And pm2 restart 6 after deploy server has finished. That should be all we need. Okay. So now we should be able to go to beta. Puzzle ID is not defined. I hope that's not a server-side issue. I don't think so. And we can go anywhere. Most of these should be new. I mean, there's 5,000 of them. The odds of me hitting one that I've already... Well, I've been playing quite a few of those. But I think this one would be a new one. API? Or admin. Ah, here we go. Create link. Wait, why did I create link on localhost? To preserve log, maybe? Alright, well, let's play this one through, see what we get. So, let's see, 20, 25, 702, 2, 4, gone out of there, 6, 8, 9, 6, 9, because the 7 over there prevents the 7, 8 here. Get rid of these options from here. And do a 4, 5 because of the 6. So we're left with the 1, 2, 7, 8. Alright. 6, 9. I don't think we can have a 6 here. Because that would be a 5, 9. Yeah, so we can have a 6 here. Ooh, nope. We have a 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Can't have a 3, 4 because of this one. So that's a 2, 5, which means no 5, 9 here, which means no 6 up here. And no 2 here because of the 2, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 7 is 10. We need 5. Oop, 5. Right, that puts a 1. That here and 1, 7 there. And that takes the 1, 4 out of there. And that puts a 7 in here and a 3 in there. Awesome. Okay. What's next? 5, 26, 27, 37. So these two need to add up to 8. So 6, 2, 3, 8. Right. Can't have a 5 or an 8 in it. Annoying. No 2, no 4, no 6. That's a 3, 8. Look at that. So 1, 8 here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Like that. And then we have a 1 and a 4 here. The 4 needs to be there because of the 13 cage. And we have a 6 and a 7, 8 over here. 4, 2, 1, 5. Get rid of those. 6, 7 is 4, 5, and 16. So that needs to be a 7 and 9. 6 and a 5. And a 5, 9 out of there. Alright. Ooh. 3 cage. Easy peasy. What's next? What's next? Got a 9 down here. But that can't be a 9 because that can't be a 1. Could be a 9. 1. Can have a 9 in it. And a 5, so that's a 6, 7. Which is resolved. Sweet. So no 6, 7 here. 4, 5, 8, 9. 4, 5, 8, 9. No 4, 9. No 4, 9 here. Then 5 there. So these 3 are 3, 4, and 9. I don't think, does it? No. Yeah. Okay. Wasn't sure if the 20. The 20 edge can have a 3 in it. This can't have a 9 in it, though. Okay, so there's a 9 down here. 3 or 4 in here, but also no 5. Difference, and no 7. We have a 3 and a 4, so not that one. So we do have a 6 in here. So no 1, no 1, 9, or 4, 6. Oh, and that's a 7, 3. 4 here. 1, 6 there. 2, 4, 5, 2, 3, 2. These two are 5 and 9. 9 here, 5 here, 6 there. This is the final digit of that box. And now we have a 4 and 8 missing. And a 1 over here, 9 over there. 6, 8, 4 missing from here. These 3 are 2, 4, and 8. So 2, 4, 8 is 14. So we need 3 more. 3 there and a 9 there. And then the final 2 digits of the box are 5 and 7. In this order. 5, 9 is 14. Missing a 6. And on the column, we're missing a 9. It's a 4 in here. And we have a 1, 8 up here. We have a 6, 8 in here. That resolves the 1, 8. 14, 19, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 3. And, okay, 4 in here. 8. 4, 2, 8. And 7. 4, 2, 9. All right, that's it. Seems to be working all right. We've restarted it. Venture not found. Now I have to be careful. See, where do these links come from? I know what it's supposed to be, I think. So that, I guess, would be a slash. Wait, what if I do, decode your opponent. Adventure. So it's double encoded for some reason. Why? Does this currently work on production? Because I haven't refreshed production. No. So that little check is actually broken here as well. Now, is this something I want to fix server side? Or is that something I want to fix client side? That could fix it. I could fix it server side too. I'm just trying to think, what if the URL also has the thing in there? Let me let Ranks know. Legal operation on directory. Read. Yeah, okay. There's quite a lot of these. Let me see if I can. Can I just do? Nope. Can I do Control? Nope. Can I do Alt? Nope. Can I do Alt Shift? Yes. If I can sense ranks these, maybe he can. This all seems to be the same stuff, right? I think some of them are triple encoded as well. Like this. Let's see if I put that in here. Wow. So, 1 second. Let me look at this. So if I'm gonna fix that, I think I want to fix that in a singular fashion. What was it? Alt Shift? Yeah, Alt Shift. What a key combo. Let me organize these in order. Okay, these are the same. So the pattern is this basically. So it's percentage 25, any number of those, followed by 2f, followed by 2f. If I do this, let me see if I can do this and that dot split, comma, dot map. If I do this, I, G, and just replace it with a slash, right? That do the trick? Yeah. Thing is, I still want to do a redirect, right? There's quite a lot of these. I'm seeing these as well now. Let me see. If I go to my NYT stuff, and I'll go to here, for example, that works. Yeah, I think some code out there does this. URI encodes them and multi-URI encodes them. So let's see if we can patch it up. So, to test this out, we want to go to one of these URLs. Nope. Where was I? Where was I scribbling? Scribbling somewhere. Give me my scribbles. So we want to do something like this. Like that. Right? And that should now do that. And that should be hitting here. Handle serve puzzle. right? No, 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 no. No. Okay. I do this, and I'll refresh this. We get handle surf puzzle. Yeah. So now handle surf puzzle. If I do something like const re URI encode error, and we'll just grab this. Boom. Right? I'll do just, let's see. Let's just output these things. And we'll do this. And we'll do replace flash. So I think that's safe, right? Now the problem with that is before I used to do a check on the short IDs. Well, hey Shelby, how are you doing? I'm just finishing off. Before I used to do a check on the short ID, and I'd like to avoid that, which might mean that this might hit other URLs, but then this is still an encoding error. So I'm just gonna do that. If we're testing for that, then we'll just do a redirect. And I wanna look at the code that I removed just a moment ago. Let's see. It was... Did I... think it was here? It was this part, right? Verb redirect. Boom. So, next URL, blah, blah, blah. Path name, replace this with that. Like that. Right? And we'll do next URL. Oh, don't do the redirect. Boom. Let's see. Next URL. // Build a path name. Is this... Did I do something wrong here? Path name, next URL. Path name replace URI encode error. URL.pathname URI encode error. What? URI path name. So this is that, which is identical to that, but here I'm trying to inject it into a string, and somehow that's absolutely not working. Oh, and that's why. Okay. There is an extra brace here. And this should be like that. And that shouldn't be there at all. And that shouldn't be there. Boom. And that bracket is... The brackets were balanced, but they were in the wrong places. All right. Next URL is now this. Okay, no, we don't need that. Because we're doing a replace. Good, good, good. Boom. Extra one here. Alright. And that's the final one. And that should be alright. So if I do this, and I just have url.path name. JSON.stringify. Like that. Get rid of the braces. Like that, I don't run the risk of double quotes and whatnot in the wrong places. Boom. And... nope. Redirect from invalid to boom. And then short ID test. Response not found. Okay. But is it because it doesn't exist? 499. It doesn't exist. What about TCV? Also doesn't exist. So this one doesn't exist. Ah, but it could be a new one. Okay, so it might work online. Might work online. All right. Try it out. So that should now be a relatively small package. Got the one console, we got the next URL here, we got that. Alright. And I think I should be able to do the same deployment as before. Edit URL double encoding fix. Redirect fix. Alright. Now I should be able to just restart that. And I should be able to now take one of these bad boys, like this one, for example, and just do that, and it should... but on beta. That, boom. Okay, still doesn't exist. So that ID doesn't exist. Let's see. SudokuPad app CD production, CD API, CD puzzle, CD adventure, LL49 star, ECW. Well, okay, so it's misspelled in multiple different ways. Can we search for this maybe? In URL. Stuff used to work so well. W URL. All in URL. SudokuPad. Nope. What about if I search for this? I search for 499 TCV. Nope. And if I look for referrals, will that even show up under errors? Not sure, actually. If I say year to date, for example, right? Would that come in as an error? If I do this, for example, and say pains 499 nothing. What about if I say filter page pains PCV? Okay. Page contains. Page contains. Or Dutch TC. Not that. 499 TCW. So TCV. Problem is, it means that the error page doesn't log into plausible. So the weird thing was, there was a lot of these. PCV 54F 252F. Redirect to invalid. From invalid this to valid that. I'm not sure if that's correct. Do I want to do that? Do I actually want to do that? Did that do a redirect to from invalid thing? 1 second. Does that actually contain those characters? What am I looking for here? 25. 9%, 25. Doesn't seem to contain that. What? Wait. I think I might screw something up here. Test. If test. Oh. Ew. Maybe the 2F. 5% 2F. Do I actually want to decode partially URI decode shit here at this point? Probably not. So this probably needs to be a plus. Otherwise, we might get ourselves into some problems. Yeah. Right, let's restart again. All right, I think that's it. I gotta keep an eye on this, just to see what's happening, if anything weird pops up. All right, I'm getting tired. It's 9. I've been, this is a brain draining because it's so. I find it very stressful when I'm dealing with a running system and like this kind of stuff, which could break everything so easily. And I'm super nervous about that sort of thing. I don't like breaking sites with users on it. Although, of course, people might notice that I'm running the site then, and usually that's actually good for my Patreon support. So maybe I should let the site break from time to time, just to remind people that there's somebody behind the site keeping it running. Anyway, yeah, don't tempt me. That's it for today. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks Shelby and Alima for stopping by. Thanks Mark for taking a look at the plausible self-hosting earlier if you're gonna watch this later. In the meantime, take care, and I will try to stream tomorrow morning and finish this. Now I need to integrate PuzzleDB, and I've written the code somewhere, and I'll find it. I think it's in that folder on my desktop somewhere. I hope I'll find it tomorrow. That's it for now. Take care. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Thanks for hanging out. Ooh, hanging out. Absolutely. Bye-bye.